Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading with Esoteric Empire. So this week, for this time period, you do have Aries as the energy. The only messages I was getting with that was, I feel like this Aries person or that energy of Aries is a friend of yours, or it's like a friend of me. Okay, so like friend of me. Because I feel like this is somebody that you're around, but you don't know necessarily if you can trust them. I also feel like you guys have a lot in common, so it makes it very difficult to know like where you guys stand and all of that. So that's a very interesting message. I don't know how it ties into you guys just yet, but let's just go ahead and see. We're going to start with some speedy messages. This may or may not resonate with you, but let's see. So the first message is the Prince of Swords in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. So I feel like somebody is going to go towards another person and get answers. Like they're going to confront someone. I feel like it's not going to be peaceful. I do feel like they're going to be very loud and argumentative, and they want answers now. Okay, there was clearly some sort of disagreement here. The Hangman and Strength in reverse. I feel like someone waited. Like they didn't just automatically like get upset with someone. They waited and they feel like they gave an ample amount of time, and now they're like, look, I'm trying to be patient with you. I tried all of that, but at some point I'm going to explode. So you might want to like get your shit correct now before I have to get crazy on you. All right. So somebody is trying to restrain themselves from going off, but they do want to go off. Strength and Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like somebody definitely wants to, I don't want to say fight, but they definitely are upset with a woman who they feel like is doing someone dirty, or is someone who lied, someone who like throws a rock and then hides their hand. So it does seem like there's somebody kind of provoking you, honestly. So let's see what's going on for you throughout this week. The Lovers. Okay, so I definitely feel like there's a love triangle or something like that happening. So at the beginning of this time, we do have the World card. So I definitely see someone just going through the internet, just browsing. I'm not sure why this is taking up the majority of the beginning of this time period, but let's go ahead and see. The Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Cups. Yeah, so somebody suspects that somebody's cheating or something, and I feel like they want answers, but they don't want to just jump to conclusions. So they're trying to find out the answers for themselves. Okay. Yeah, someone's definitely wandering. I feel like somebody is cheating. You could also be in an open relationship, but I feel like for a majority that is not the case. I see someone definitely looking around. Is it you or them though? Let's see. Okay, so Scorpio, you have the Tower and your partner has Equilibrium. Okay, so I don't feel like it's you that's cheating. I feel like you're actually shocked that you even have this feeling, or that you found that out. And then your partner is showing up as Equilibrium. So I actually feel like they're very balanced. For some of you, they are not cheating. This is just something that you're feeling for some reason. But for some of you, this is saying that they're juggling two people at one time, and they're really good at it. Okay. I feel like Scorpio, some of you are saying like, I'm ready to move on. Like this is it. Okay. So you want to move on, but you feel like you have a commitment with this person, or maybe you guys have a family. Okay. So I feel like that's why you're trying to make sure for a fact that this person is doing this before you confront them. Who is Scorpio dealing with? Okay, you could be dealing with a Gemini. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the middle of this time period, which will be pretty much the weekend of this time. So we have Four of Cups. So you are down in the dumps. I do feel like you are sad about something. Let's see, what is this Four of Cups showing up for? I do feel like you're kind of all over the place mentally and emotionally. You're trying to make sense of it, but you're also trying not to be too emotional. So King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Sun. So you want your peace of mind within your marriage. I feel like a lot of you, especially if you got married, you're like, I made a commitment in front of God, and this is the person that I wanted. But you also feel like you want that, you want what you want out of a relationship. You want someone to be faithful, or you want someone to do whatever you're looking for. You're like, I want to keep the peace within my marriage, but at the same time, I need everything to go the way that I set forth whenever I stood in front of everyone and said I do. So you really are in a situation where you're looking at like, okay, what's my next step with this relationship? What do I do? Do I talk to them about it? Do I try to make amends? Do I move on? What do I do? I feel like you're also going to like spiritual practitioners, like maybe readings, or maybe you're going to a church and you're marriage counseling, therapist, something like that. You're really going to someone for help. But I do feel like it's more towards the religious or spiritual aspects, okay? Okay, so I feel like there is a conflict of interest when it comes to you trying to get answers from someone. So for example, with the Five of Swords showing up, I feel like, okay, if you guys have like a marriage counselor or something, you want to go to them for help, but you can't because maybe they favor your partner more than you, or it's almost like if you went towards them, they're just going to tell you what your partner would want you to do. So it's kind of like Ten of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, it's like it's someone in your family that is helping you, but they're related to your partner. So you're like, you're going to be biased. Yeah. And it's also somebody who believes in keeping the family together by any means. And so you're kind of like, you agree with that, but you also are looking at it from a standpoint of, but if they're doing wrong, why should I accept their wrongdoing? Okay, so what do you need to do? We have the Seven of Swords. So I think you need to go to, like, it's showing that you're going to like an outside source or an unknown source, like someone who doesn't know either one of you. Or if you're getting a reading, you're going towards someone who doesn't have any bias towards your situation. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like the help that you do have, they don't get it, or they don't get it from your perspective. Yeah, so Scorpio, you're showing up as happy. So I feel like you're keeping a good face. You're not really tripping. You don't want people to know what you're going to do next. You don't want them to know what you're about to do. Your partner is showing up as strength. So I feel like your partner feels very secure within this relationship, and they almost feel like it doesn't matter what you do, everything is fine, nothing's going to go like wrong within the situation. All right, so let's go to the end of this time period. We have the Princess of Swords. I'm going to see who this person is. I do feel like this is someone who is giving you answers though. So it definitely could be a reader. If you want me to do your reading, lovefromaleo@gmail.com. Let's see. So who is this person? Okay, the High Priestess. Yeah, so they're a spiritual practitioner. Okay. It's someone who does readings or someone who does natal charts or something like that. Okay. They're intuitive. Okay, so what exactly is this person going to tell you? Four of Swords. So someone's going to tell you to wait. It's like they want to tell you to wait before you make a decision, or don't tell this person what's going on. Let me see. What is this person telling Scorpio? Three of Swords, the Chariot. So they're going to tell you bad news about your relationship, what's going on within your relationship. It definitely could be a third-party situation, or just something that's very disappointing in your eyes. I'm also seeing that they're telling you don't react just yet, but I'm not sure why. That obviously that would be more of a personal situation. But it's almost like they're saying don't make any rash movements just yet. Yeah, because you're enraged. So when they tell you this, they don't want you to just react based off of emotion. They want you to strategize it, because especially this is a marriage or something. This is something that needs to be handled a certain way. Or you may be just a Scorpio that is very violent or expressive about how you feel, and they don't want you to make the wrong move. So I feel like they're going to tell you when to make your next move or decision. So when you get this reading, or when you get this information, you're showing up as success. And I think that's because you knew something was going on. You just needed something to confirm it. And I'm also seeing that you have been like debating, should you do this, all the way since like April. And so you were like, I'm so glad I did it. Like, now I know what's going on, type of thing. It's been a long time coming, because you've been doing research for a while. I feel like the reader is very calm with you, but they're also very blunt and practical. You know, like they just tell you what it is. They're telling you like to think for the long term as well, but they're very calm. All right. So, very, very interesting. Let's go ahead and get you some oracle messages. So we have the Princess of Cups. So I'm seeing that you are being told, or you're going to feel emotions, you know, and you may not like all of them. But I'm also seeing that this is an indicator. Don't go off the rail. In fact, I feel like this card is telling you, once you get the information, to be silent and sit with it to make a decision that is more in your best benefit, instead of just going off on someone. Spirit says truth. So you get the truth that you're looking for. You may not like it. You may love it. But at the end of the day, truth is one of the best things you can have, because it lets you act accordingly. It lets you make the decision on what to do next, and not what somebody made up so that they can make you move the way that they wanted you to. Okay, so you will get the truth this week. Expect that. And with that being said, thank you so much for allowing me to be your reader for today. I truly do appreciate it. If you like readings and you want to keep up with yourself and other things happening spiritually, astrologically, as well as metaphysically, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that's what we do here. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you next week.